Hello ladies and gentlemen, and happy Wednesday. Hope you all are having an amazing day so far. Today's video is going to be covering what is currently going on in the tropics as well as the forecast for the upcoming weekend as well. But let's turn all of our focus onto the tropics. We've currently got Hurricane Lee, Hurricane Margaret, Invest 97L, and I know that the National Hurricane Center has not begun to investigate this yet. But look at that tropical wave that is about to come off the western coast of Africa. That thing is looking pretty healthy, and that could become an invest over the next several days. God forbid this were to ever impact the United States. It's not for at least another 2.5 weeks, so plenty of time to watch it. So no threat to anybody right now. Invest 97 now likely become the next named storm. Is heading out to sea and will become what we call a fish storm, simply because it's only going to be affecting fish. It's not going to be coming close to any land masses at all, thanks to the Bermuda high steering it out to sea. And then Margaret is heading northeast, nowhere close to the United States. Lee could come somewhat close to the interior New England area as we head into this weekend, but I'll tell you more about that coming up in just a few minutes. Here's a look at the latest 2 o'clock advisory from the National Hurricane Center. It is now down under major hurricane stats. It is a Category 2 hurricane with 110-mile-per-hour winds, north-northwest movement at 9 miles per hour, and it currently has a low minimum central pressure of 952 millibars. Now, I know that this forecast track is from the 11 o'clock a.m. advisory, but there's not really much difference between the 11 o'clock advisory and the 2 p.m. Update from the National Hurricane Center. And that is why I'm showing you this graphic right here. The main key takeaway from this, if you live across South Carolina, this system is staying hundreds of miles off our coastline, which will increase our rip currents and also make for rougher seas, but we're not expecting any other impacts than that. As far as any of you that go in the Northeast, this system is forecasted to stay around 100 miles east of New England. But just because this forecast cone is off the coast of New England does not mean that you will not be seeing any impacts. This forecast cone particularly shows what the National Hurricane thinks that the center of the system will go, but impacts can extend 50 to 100 miles, potentially even 200 miles outside of that cone. So that means that as we head into this weekend, parts of Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, possibly even parts of eastern New York and New Jersey, we'll be seeing a little bit of rain and also some wind for this. Now, it's not going to be anything major like what we would typically see if we're looking at a landfalling tropical storm or hurricane. You will be getting some rain that is, and maybe wind gusts upwards of 20 to 30 miles per hour, but it should not be anything too crazy or something that we have to be on alert of, to say the least. But just know that it will be a little windy and there will be a little rain, but other than that, you should be completely fine. Here's a look at the spaghetti models, pretty much all of the models giving us their own opinion of what they think that this storm will be doing. Like I just showed you, every single model shows that the system will be staying off the coastline, making landfall somewhere near the Canadian Maritimes or Nova Scotia. Impacts will be felt, but the center is forecasted to stay offshore. Here's a look at our beach forecast over the next several days. Even though that Lee will be staying over 300 miles off the coast of South Carolina, that rip current risk will still be very, very high, and waves will also be pretty strong as well, especially over the next 24 to 36 hours. So please be sure that if you are planning on going swimming in the ocean, that you are swimming your lifeguard area, and also you're not really going any deeper than, I would say, your knees or your waist. Now, just in case you do get caught in a rip current, you never swim directly back to shore. You always are going to be wanting to swim parallel to the shore, signaling that you need help from a lifeguard or from a near pedestrian. You never want to swim against a rip current, because a lot of times it is going to be stronger than you are and is going to be tiring yourself out, and you will not be able to swim, period. So always be sure you're swimming parallel to the shore, signaling to a lifeguard or pedestrian near you if you are in need of help. Let's take a look at the forecast for some high school football coming up in just 2 days. Thankfully, this massive trough of low pressure does have a cold front on it, and behind this cold front is some very dry air and also some very cool air, to say the least. Temperatures will be starting out in the mid-70s for your kickoff time, gradually going down into the upper 60s as we head into your midnight and 1 o'clock hour. It is going to feel so nice overnight as we head over the next few days, so please be sure you are getting out and enjoying this amazing weather, because it won't just be nice on Friday night. Let's take a look at your Saturday night for college football. We have Coastal Carolina playing Tuscany, and the forecast could not be better. Mid to upper 70s at the start of the game, going down into the low to mid 70s, clear skies, light wind, comfortable temperatures, low humidity, just a great forecast. You really could not ask for a better forecast. when talking about watching football or any other sporting event happening as we head into this weekend. And here's a look at the forecast as we head into this weekend. Like I just said, Saturday is going to be absolutely beautiful. Lots of sunshine, nice and less humid, with high temperatures only topping out in the low to mid 80s, which I know none of us are complaining about considering how hot and humid it has been over the last several months. Overnight lows will be falling into the low to mid 60s. Gosh, that sounds so nice under clear skies. And then as we head into Sunday, a little bit more cloud cover, but still a very nice day to say the least under partly sunny skies. Not a single drop of rain is in that forecast. High temperatures, very similar to Saturday, will be topping out in the low to mid 80s. Hope you all have an amazing Thursday.